he explained. Brock literally explained. I forget where it was. He explained that it's not that he's an a-hole to people. He just likes his alone time. He likes his privacy. That's
it
all.
was in the Pat McAfee podcast.
Yeah.
What he did the other day.
I didn't get to see it, but I read it. I was reading.
When McAfee was like, so a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago, Seth Rollins had a fan run in and attack him. What if that happened to you? And Brock stands up and goes, "I fucking dare a fan to try that with me." Dude, it was so funny. And no one's ever tried it with him either. It was hilarious. I fucking dare.
Would you try it, Joe?
Only if I had on a Breakfast and Body Slams t-shirt, because then I can get some publicity.
Yes.
I would run in front of the hard cam and do this first. Check us out on YouTube. Yeah. And I get killed. But I would get killed supporting the call. My head would roll, 15 rows
You
back.
would be our martyr.
Yes. But you'd see, you'd at least see the logo, and people go, "Oh, I wonder what that is. Look at that moron."
Yeah, exactly.
In Joey we trust.
Hey, there's a t-shirt idea for you.
There you go. Yes. Oh my God, don't get me started. After this, I might have to start creating some shirts, some new ones.
Trust, it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if we have some new ones coming out this year, everyone.
Yes. Don't be surprised if we don't either.
Yeah, well. And if anybody want to support us, because a lot of when you buy shirts, all the extra income that goes into the offset account for our on Spring, that money is used to keep the show running for our other platforms that we can stream on multiple platforms as well. So please, if you like our Breakfast and Body Slam shirt, this one here, we also have the original one that's out there, plus our Thursday Night Slam, our pop-up plate bomb, and a whole host of other merchandise as well. Plus, I believe Mikey has some designs he's working on. You might see a Better Bernard or Saint Bernard type shirt coming out.
How about remember that Invasion show where they had the shirt was like the poster was half Vince's face, half Shane's face? What if we do half Mike and half Pat's face together? And the top says like the Bernards, and it's like, a postcard or like a Christmas card. Or
we ain't selling nothing. Then we're going out of business. Pat's face on our merch. We're definitely going.
We
out
could
of
do the whole
business.
front. We could do the whole front like an album cover, like instead of like the Carpenters or the Monkees, the Beatles, the Bernards, and it's Mike and Pat's face, and then like they're wearing like different, like half and half of their whole bodies.
What's the one that the Beatles did? Was it what Abbey Road where they're crossing the street?
Yeah.
You just have all the Bernard brothers
Road?
and their dad.
Bernard Ave.
Yeah.
Bernard Road. It's just those two.
All right.
Mikey's like 3 miles behind.
All right, gentlemen, we're gonna get ready to switch over to our guest.
Do we have a guest? Has she joined us?
She's joining. I see her in the green room. We don't have her in yet, so
there's a green room. How can you never let me in the green room?
Well, because you'll eat up all the catering. That's why.
I'm okay with that. Left. I'm okay with that.
No cannolis, no nothing, no anything.
I used to wrestle for WWC in Limerick, Pennsylvania. That was the only company I ever worked for that had catering. It was amazing. Anyway, sorry. You don't hear about that on indies very much.
All right, gentlemen, we're gonna bring this lovely young lady into the room.
I'm here. Sorry. A different lovely young lady. I thought you meant me. I'm sorry.
So, Mikey, T, you guys are gonna be more than able to say hi, and then we're gonna have to dip set you guys out of here. I know. Don't feel upset, T.
But T's live in studio. Where the hell's he gonna go?
Well, he's gonna go sit in my recliner over there.
Oh man, I wish I could sit in a recliner right now. He's gonna go sit in my recliner.
I guess my 90-day suspension still has.
Yes. Your 90-day suspension.
It's still got about 40 minutes left on it.
Don't worry, we'll get it all cleared up.
All right, Joseph.
Yeah.
Would you conduct? We lost. We lost our guest. I don't see her in the green room right now. Something happened.
Uh-oh. Well, she said her phone was low and she was plugging it in to
Wait.
charge.
Oh.
But she doesn't have a computer. Is she back?
Yeah, I see her back. She's back.
Okay.
I see her. All right. So, Joseph, would you kindly please do our introductions for our guests?
Okay, ladies and folks, ladies and gentlemen. Blind Neil's in the chat room. Hey, buddy, how are you? Love that guy. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, joining us from California, from Japan, from WWE, from TNA, from AEW. You guys know her as Awesome Kong or Amazing Kong or the Welfare Queen from Glow. Tamay Dawson. If you guys seen that show, I still gotta watch the last season. Anyway, Awesome Kong is here with us, guys. Let's welcome her in.
Woo,
Dude.
welcome.
Hey,
Good evening or good morning.
There it is. Good
How are
morning.
ya?
To you, it's afternoon to us.
Yeah, it's morning over here. I stayed up all night just so I would miss this.
You're
So-
insane.
So Joseph has not sent you a Joey Image alarm clock or roosters to wake you up.
No, he did not. Nothing. Not even like a good morning, like DoorDash donut to like wake me up. No.
Oh,
Damn.
Joe, you're doing her dirty.
you
You're
know,
doing
I
her dirty,
should've-
Joe.
With a show called Breakfast and Body Slam, I should have done that. I should have had like a donut sent over before we started.
And,
Exactly.
It's in
And it
catering. You
wa-
got to be live in studio for that stuff. I don't even get that.
but no, Joe, it works because it's an app and DoorDash and all this stuff is located all over the U.S. You could
I
have sent
know.
her something. You could
Yeah, I
have, she could have been live right now, and her door could have been knocking, and someone could be there
We
dropping
could
off
have had the
delivery.
delivery guy live on the
Ah,
show.
man.
Right? And then you guys get them as a sponsor. Bam.
Amazing.
that's true.
Money, money,
That's
money.
true. We could have a sponsor.
This is your epic fail, Joey.
I think I'm gonna let her just run the show from now on, man. I'm sorry.
You know what? We just
Smart
might
idea.
have to.
Oh, shit.
I'm no stranger to producing.
There you go, Joe.
Joe, you're out.
Wait, hold on. Wait, Joe, you can keep your spot, but no stranger to producing. The Gobbler, Pat, our buddy, you're out of the
Oh.
picture, buddy. We're getting rid of Pat,
Okay.
hands down.
we have
So
a real professional taking over, Pat.
T, Mikey, say your hellos to Awesome Kong
And say your goodbyes.
Hello,
And-
Hello.
and say your goodbyes. We're kicking you out the rooms.
This I'm suspended.
Yeah,
Nice, nice
for
to
now. You're on punishment.
meet you.
Hit the stepping, son. Hit the bricks.
What happens when I touch that?
That's
Oh,
wild.
I
okay,
don't know.
what's that?
I don't know what you're touching.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Right,
We
yeah, I touched something earlier, and that's when I left the room accidentally. I was like, "Oh, what does that do?" And it was like, "Oh, it makes you leave." Okay, you gotta come back. And I was, Joe gave me directions for your green room, and he's like, "Just touch, just touch the link, and it'll send you straight into the green room." But
Yeah.
there's more steps than that, Joe.
Well,
Is
it's
there?
like
I don't know. I never done it on the phone before. I don't know.
it's like 2 steps. I think you
Yeah.
just gotta
Because
put your name.
when you go in, it shows you on a camera. So I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah, so I'm here," and you gotta actually put your name in, and there's more steps, Joe. So you embarrass me. Damn it! I thought I was on it, and I
Yeah,
was
where's
not on it
I
because
don't
of
even. I don't even see the names on the screen though. Anyone's names, even mine that I put in there.
Well, I haven't been putting them on because it's
all right.
people are familiar with the same cast of us gentlemen.
Yeah, but I always
constantly.
put mine in there so if someone's
Well,
new and wants to look us up, our name
Well,
is right
there's
there.
true.
Come on, man.
Let me-
Come on, man.
mine's on there, right? It says Awesome Kong right there to me.
So,
This is
Yeah,
Awesome King.
we
anyway.
see it on our own screens, but they're
Here
not
we
on the
go.
live. There
Bam.
we go.
there
There
you
you
go.
go.
Sweet.
Now
Yes,
the crowd
he
can
is-
see it.
yes,
The,
he is
the
awesome.
viewers can see it. Oh my God! So anyway, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
It's like playing catch up between Joe and you. It's like you guys been friends for so long. I can't even say it's catch up really because you guys talk like on like almost a regular basis, somewhat.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what? Somebody brought up just like a couple hours ago the first time you and I met because it was also the first time that he met you, and I remembered when we first met in like 04, I think, or 05. It was in Boonton, New Jersey. And I don't remember I don't remember what promotion it was. But
04?
yeah, 04, maybe 05, 06, something like that. It was
I think
somewhere.
it was 08.
Was it that long? I mean, that much
Because
later?
04, 05, I was in Japan and I hadn't done any American wrestling.
It was,
So
I don't
for
know, somewhere with
the
a
first
zero
3
in it.
matches I did for School of Hard Knocks.
So it was in Boonton, New Jersey, and
Okay.
everybody went to the bar 2 blocks over that everyone used to go to after every Boonton show. I think
After every indie show, what are you talking about?
yeah.
After every
Well, no,
indie
but
show,
I
you
mean
gotta go
specifically that
somewhere.
bar. Yeah, but specifically that bar, everybody used to go to after all the shows. It was called Boonton Ave Grill, and I think it was Mercedes that introduced us, or Allison Danger. Um,
Wow.
and for some reason, I said the dumbest thing you have ever said to anyone was, "Hey, I've never met someone famous before." And I had already been in the business for 70 years at that point, and I met a bunch of people that were to me were famous. So I somebody brought this up earlier and was like, "Oh, this is the first time I met her too." And I was like, "Why the hell would I say that? That's the stupidest thing I ever could have said." And then we still remained friends after that. And you looked at me like, "Come on, I'm not famous." I'm like, "Hey, look
Right,
to me
If
you
it
are."
was 2008, then I definitely probably was like, who'd you meet? Who's here? Somebody famous in here? Who's here?
I remember wanting to sit down with you guys. It was like I think it was you, Mercedes, I keep saying Kathy, Allison, and a couple of others just like sitting at a table, big round table. I don't know why I can't remember yesterday morning. I remember shit from years ago.
It
And
was most likely Kathy. It was most likely Allison Danger, because you know how outgoing and how she introduces everyone to everyone. She wants everyone to know
yeah,
everyone. That's
yeah. I love
Kathy.
that
She's got
girl.
that big heart. Yeah, she's
Yeah, I love that
awesome.
girl.
She makes sure everyone's comfortable and everyone knows everybody. And there's no one's frozen out. She always makes sure everyone's included.
I think she got a raw deal at the performance center thing. She was
You
only there
mean
for a couple of months.
You mean her
What
being let
happened
go?
at the performance center? What?
She got let go a couple of weeks ago.
What?
She had only been there for 3 months or 4 months, maybe something like that.
She
Actually,
just got there, right?
it may have been less than 4 months now that I think about it.
I just heard that she got there when I got um my award from TNA. Cheerleader Melissa told me that she was in Florida, and I was so freaking happy. And you're telling me they let her go?
Yep. Yeah,
And
she
Oh
was
God.
when I heard she was working down there, I thought it was great that she was down there with her brother. They were working back there behind the scenes. And
Oh, is Steve down there?
Yes, he's still there. He's still there. Like they made so many cuts to so many people. Like I even was surprised when Ryan Katz got let go, and he'd been there for a while.
Yeah. Oh, he was there for years. Yeah, I saw him mention it, and I didn't know about it either. But yeah.
Well, that's their loss, because Kathy's an excellent instructor.
Yeah.
And she knows how to bring out the best in people. She knows how to recognize what people do best, their strengths, and to really, bring that out in their style of wrestling. So, and not every teacher, not every instructor can do that. So that's too bad.
Yeah, I think she really got the shit end of the stick. I mean, she moved there just to do that job for WWE, and it was only a couple months, and they were like, "All right, bye bye."
And
What the hell? I felt real bad when I saw that report.
And the thing was, like, of course, a lot of people are going to say they dropped the ball, which I'm one of them. Which they had a nice combination between her and Sarah.
Oh yeah, Del Rey. Yeah.
With them being both behind the scenes, with their knowledge of the business, being workers that who they were and traveled around, they had so much influence to give a lot of talent. Yes, they might have had physical trainers there to help the other talent with their workout, their regimens of in the gym, their cardio, this and that. But the whole in-ring persona, working in
Oh,
front
yeah.
of live crowds. They had that experience, though. That's the thing.
Well, like you said, the combination of the two is what is really the magic that was there, because Sarah Del Rey is one of the best technical
Oh,
wrestlers
yes.
you will ever come across. And then Kathy has that persona. She knows how to bring out the showman in people, you know? So when you have an instructor that can bring out the showmanship, and then you have an instructor that can give them the technical capability, that's money. That's gold right there. And then not to mention they're really nice girls, you know?
Yeah. Hey,
Now,
quick
Women. They're really nice women. Pardon me.
women. Yeah. Chio, I got a quick trivia question for you.
oh man,
Who did Allison Danger beat in New Jersey at a company called IHPW in 2006 or 5 for IHPW's .com championship?
I wasn't there. I wouldn't know.
Me. Come on, man.
You really?
I staring you in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I worked her in I think it was 05, something like that. She was so easy to work with. She broke my back, I think. I don't know. But she was awesome. No pun intended with our guest here. But yeah, she was great, and I like, again, I think she got just a raw deal. No pun intended there either.
And you put her over there,
Yeah, of
which
course.
is you know, that's fantastic, because not a lot of guys, especially back then, were comfortable with putting girls over. Their egos wouldn't allow it, and it's
I
like,
thought it was great because you didn't see it a lot. Like same
Well-
thing with, like, I like watching a chick beat up a guy in a movie too. Like it's cool because you don't see it so much. So
Joe, I'm right there with you. I was
yeah,
one of those guys who, like, if I had to work a female, which I done plenty of times,
yeah,
I put them over big time. I don't
right.
know. Do you remember Psycho Bitch?
Oh God, yeah, I wrestled her.
Dude, I put
Remember
her
her,
over.
and I wrestled her after she was Psycho, but she was the farmer gimmick. Her
Yeah,
and I forget who
Debbie
else.
Sue.
Yes.
Debbie
Oh
Sue.
my God.
Yeah.
I have that DVD somewhere.
I put her over so many times, where she's basically like killing me on all these damn shows.
Yeah.
But the whole point was it's a gimmick. It's a gimmick,
That's the
people.
thing.
I'm putting her
Guys
over.
can't get that out of their head, man. A lot of
She's-
guys are too macho for that shit.
I had
didn't
her
care.
shining. There was a guy I was working with. He had her in a full Nelson, and he's telling I had her in a full Nelson, and I told him kick her in the ding ding. So he goes to kick her down low. Which, it just flows right through, hits me instead. So, he kicks, he turns around, he's like, yeah, I got her. I'm hunched over, holding my gonads. And so she ends up laying him out, laying me out, all because of that botched gimmick spot of it's a ha-ha moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But, dude, I had you remember Andretti, right? Eric Andretti?
Yes.
We were the T-Birds from Greece, from Rydell High School.
Okay.
So me and him wrestled those two somewhere in Pennsylvania for New Horizons, and it was awesome. I think the finish was like she grabbed me and kissed me, and I was like, oh my god, and then her partner just
she did
killed
the
me
same.
she
did the same thing. The whole kiss.
I love that girl.
She did the same thing to Damian Adams.
Yeah, Lewis, I remember him.
Yeah.
I trained with that kid. He was great too.
Ah.
She's another one. Her and Awesome Kong are like the I don't want to go behind the curtain or anything like that here, but they're the people that are like so far from their gimmick. Psycho Bitch was far from a Psycho Bitch. She was a sweetheart.
Yes,
I haven't
she
seen her
was.
or heard her name in so many years, but she was great to work with too.
I got a question, Kong. With all the training that and everything that's going on down at the Performance Center, and with your experience over in Japan, do you feel like you would have got a better experience of training down in the Performance Center starting out, or are you pleased with the way your career went with all the stuff you did in Japan that helped groom you? Because Japan, that's a very difficult place to shine. A lot of American talent go over there, and it's either a hit or miss, if you become a star, and you were instant star.
I don't understand your question. Well, I mean, like, I feel like if you start in Japan, and that's where well, I didn't technically. I started in um, Southern California, School of Hard Knocks. Jesse
Okay.
Hernandez. I always got to give a shout out to Jesse Hernandez, School of Hard Knocks, um, Empire Wrestling. But after 2 months, I was bumping for about 2 months, about 8 weeks. And then I went to Japan. So, I basically learned when I went to Japan, I only knew how to bump and throw a clothesline, basically. So they took over my training there. So the bulk of my training was in Japan. And I feel like if you learn and work in Japan for as long as I did, it's kind of like learning how to drive on a stick shift. If you know how to drive a stick shift, you can drive anything. So if you could work and keep up in Japan, you could work and keep up anywhere. Because if the luchadors would come over to Japan, then I could keep up with them. You know what I mean? And coming to America after being in Japan, and the matches, when I started working the indie circuit in America, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so easy. Because in Japan, it's like 30 minutes of go, 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 go. And you can and going, and you still gotta like breathe. And I'm a big girl, and it didn't matter if you had to go for 30 minutes hard, so you had to learn how to, breathe and not blow up so much. But I got to America, and I was like, wait a minute, you mean I can talk shit for the first 5 minutes of the match and not even touch anybody for the first 5 minutes of the match?
Yeah, you basically.
The pace was different, and the impact on my body was so much less with the style in America that I felt like I could do American style in my sleep, because for real, I was like, wow, this is so much easier, not less exciting, but the impact on my body was so much less. In America, they seem to work a bit smarter instead of harder.
Yeah, you pretty much answered my question right there, because with the opposite styles of training between the American style and the Japanese style, the American style would not prepare you really as much for Japan then. So it's kind of a plus of you going over there and then coming back and then seeing how easy it is. So it definitely helped you out big time being over there before gaining the popularity here in the States though. But when I start viewing you online, I started seeing, oh, who's this Awesome Kong? I'm like, oh shit, damn, okay, she just rolling through people, like, oh, she a badass. And then I started hearing your name over here in the States and stuff, and then you start doing big things with TNA and stuff. I'm like, good for her. And then as soon as you debuted in the WWE, the anticipation buildup, it was there. Yeah. You're because you're sitting on the edge of your seat, you're waiting for you to come out. And I'm like, yes, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be awesome. Well, awesome. But then
it's hard to like,
I know.
not. It's hard
Say
to
it.
not make a pun every time
I know.
Awesome.
But then you got renamed as Kharma and stuff like that. I feel they could have done a hell lot more with you than what they did. You could have been, one of the greatest ever in the E, since we don't call it the Fed no more. But it just seems like they were lacking something. Like, I don't know, were they scared? Was the other female talent scared to get in and work with you?
No, not at all. That's not the reason why my tenure there was so short. I mean, after my maternity leave and everything, and that whole experience with postpartum and depression and the loss and dealing with that. Coming back was a very tricky and delicate situation, and I don't feel I feel as if they mismanaged that.
Yeah, because some people don't take in, especially when they're working with the business aspect of, because we have to put it out there. It's a business, and they look at things more long term. They don't look at what psychological things that people are going through or whatever they're going through. They're all about putting out the product, make some money, get the ratings, this, that, whatever. And at some points they don't see people as people, just just as products of their environment, of what they're putting on TV.
I mean, while I was out, I feel that they were, as far as communication, they were, hey babe, it's all good. Hold on, hubby's coming through to feed the doggies.
Oh, is he gonna come and say hello? I love that guy.
Dan, you want to come and say hello to the people? Come over and say hello. His food is in the sink because there was none left, so I defrosted the food in the sink. Our dog eats very fancy food.
Oh.
we either make his food from scratch, where he gets like the chicken and the rice and all. He eat better than most people I know. He does.
Yeah, because when I used to cut up sausage for my dog, I used to,
bro.
Hello!
Hey man.
That's Joey Image.
Oh, right on.
That I can't see down
brother.
What's up?
What's going on, man? I love that
I'm
guy,
Chio.
man.
And there's Chio.
That's Chio down there. Hey Dan, what's going on, brother?
Oh, life is good. Got a queen by my side and dogs on my leash.
For those who don't
Look at that big beard, man. Jeez,
he does Santa Claus every year.
Yeah, yes.
So
I left it this time.
Yeah, he hasn't shaved it yet. So which
I'm letting this grow for a little bit because it's been like 19 degrees here for a couple of weeks.
See, we've been battling with like 70s and 80s.
Oh, how terrible!
Oh, you are so
bad
lucky.
For you.
We're
I feel
jealous.
so bad for you, bro.
We just like the Christmas spirit. If you can see, our Christmas lights are still up.
I was gonna ask you that before. I didn't know if that was a reflection off the camera or if it was.
Our tree is still up.
Oh, you got the Charlie Brown tree. Yeah, you got the Charlie Brown tree. There's an exclusive, folks. Austin Chong's Christmas tree.
It's gonna stay Christmas until he shaves his beard. That's just how it's gonna be. So
Christmas 2022.
Yeah, we might have Christmas in July this year. For those who don't know, my husband is a wrestler too. He wrestled as Freight Train. He was trained by the famous Killer Kowalski.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Austin,
that's a coincidence because I was not trained by Killer Kowalski, but I do come from that lineage. My trainer was trained by Killer Kowalski, by the name of Damian Kane.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Do you know Damian?
I remember him. Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Dad gave China her first black eye.
Nice.
And I gave Kazarian his first match ever.
It's so funny because when I read China's book back in the day, this is before I ever took my first bump, she wrote about it. And I was like, what a dick.
That's brilliant.
Okay.
See you, brother. I love that guy so much. That guy is such a good dude, man. The first time I hung out with him, we had dinner or something, I think, and I got a big hug afterwards. I was very happy, and I love that guy.
Back to what we were talking about. I mean, when the
I don't even remember now. I was so excited.
We're talking about WWE and my tenure at WWE.
Yes.
The office was very sensitive when we would communicate, and they appeared to be sensitive to my needs and whatnot. And they asked me as far as coming back, because I wanted to come back, relatively right away. I felt that the best way to deal with what was going on is to throw myself into my work, because if I can get back on the road, when my mom passed, who was like the most important person in my life, the night we buried her, I got on a plane to a pay-per-view, you know what I mean? And that was the best thing for me, was to throw myself into my work, just to, keep working. So if I can do that, I felt that, I needed to come back right away. And I wasn't at the weight they wanted me at. So, there was the, okay, well, we want you to, drop X amount of pounds. And that was going to be hard. And they said, well, how do you want to do it? Anything you want to do, we're here for you. Whatever you need, is what they said. Whatever you need, we are there for you, and it will make it happen. I said, well, okay, that is great. There is there's basically like a fat farm in Colorado, and it turns out that's like where they train the biggest loser people, kind of, that out in Colorado. And I said that, but I didn't know that at the time. I said there is a fitness health place in Colorado that I can go to, and they will help me drop the weight, like that. And I think that would be best with with my mental state, just like getting away from everything and focusing on getting back to work. And after they told me, anything I needed, they would provide. They were like, well, yeah, how about we just send you down to FCW for a few months?
Yeah, that's not the same thing.
It's
Yeah,
not
it's
the
like
same thing. And my thing was, I wasn't ready to really interact with people in
Yeah.
that way if I wasn't just on the road performing, doing my work, and then hopping in a car going to the next town. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because training at FCW is it's different than being on the road and being on the shows. It's more of an all day thing where you're really you're forced to interact with everybody all day. And then
Yeah.
so I knew I'd be faced with all the questions, and
Yeah.
I just wasn't in mentally and emotionally, I
just
wasn't
No, right. It's a lot
ready
of personal
for
stuff
it.
you don't really need to be asked
just
about. Yeah.
Exactly. And I expressed that. I let them know that I
Yeah.
didn't
Look.
think it was a good idea, and that it would be rather difficult and triggering.
Yeah.
And in fact, it was because anyone who's been, to the to New York, to the Fed, whatever
Yeah. New
everybody's
York.
calling it
Yeah.
nowadays, they know that the backstage politics is very rough. And a
Yeah.
lot of people, I mean, this is nothing that no one doesn't know, that a lot of people walk on eggshells back there, and that the politics are very strong. Your best friend that you could have been best friends with for 10 years will be quick to like tattletale on you or stab you in the back or sabotage you or whatever. And I mentally, I wasn't in a place to deal with that, especially in an environment where most of those people were clamoring to get on TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Right.
was a person who already had who had a straight to TV contract, and it was going to be difficult. And if anyone has ever followed my career, you will know that I don't take any shit. So,
I know that firsthand.
yeah, you know that if some things I can let go, and it's like, okay, that's par for the course. But petty, stupid, I don't put up with the dumb shit. I don't suffer
Yeah.
fools much. So stupid stuff, I had to cuss a few people out on some stupid stuff. So, when you cuss a few people out at WWE, you're not gonna have your job long. And what's sad is I knew that, and still felt compelled to, it was either cuss them out or have a nervous breakdown from trying to keep it in. So I decided to express my feelings of the bullshit being thrown my way.
I understand. I understand
Yeah, you're-
completely where you're coming from. I heard from several people, not just Joe as well, but how sweet you are, and for you to hold stuff in and then finally blow up, people start questioning, like, oh, you got anger problems, you got this wrong with you. I'm like, okay, uh but you should be asking, what did you do to put me in this mood to act this way? And from what everything you are describing and telling us what you went through, my anxiety started to kick in while I'm sitting. No, seriously, Joe, I go through I go through a
No,
lot
I
of
know.
anxiety,
And
and the thing
this
is,
is the kind of stuff she's talking about is stuff that other people have said in interviews before, that like you're a person, but a lot of times we've heard, like, through the dirt sheets or whatever, or other podcasts, that people have said, sometimes I felt like just a product or just a number, not necessarily a person. They needed someone to do this and I wasn't available, or I got hurt, so they just put somebody else in there. Like, they just replaced one product with another. So a lot of people, I forget who it was, but there was somebody that was a big name that said it recently, that I was surprised would say something like that. Was like, I felt like another number was the phrase I heard.
Well, I mean, but I didn't experience that.
Right.
When I would communicate with the big wigs in the office, the top executives, they were very caring, and well, at least appeared to be very caring and very sensitive to what I was going through. However, you have to remember, the day to day, we deal with people lower on the ladder rung for the day to day stuff. You know what I mean? Vince and Stephanie and Hunter and John aren't at FCW every day to see what's going on with the day to day. You feel me?
Yeah.
And so, and anyone who knows me knows that I'm kind of a pushover, seriously. And especially if I've offended someone or did something wrong, I am extremely always like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, because everyone wants to be liked. And
I totally agree. I'm the same way. I'm like, I'm a people pleaser.
Yes.
I try to help everyone as much as I can, but I feel a lot of people try. I'm like, maybe not blatantly, maybe they don't try to do it intentionally, but sometimes I feel like I get taken advantage of sometimes. And then when I start pulling away, when I start, like, keep your distance, I'm gonna start doing me. When I start pulling away, because I always get these bad feelings. I always go off my instincts and stuff. And if I get bad vibes and I feel something's going on, I start pulling myself away. And then all of a sudden, I'm looked at as the bad guy. Then I'm like, so it's just that I'm trying to be too nice to people, trying to help everyone out, but I just don't get good vibes sometimes, and I just got to do that.
Remember, it goes even double, triple for me, because 1, I'm a woman. 2, I'm Black. 3, I'm a big Black woman. Okay. So, I don't know if you're familiar with
I think
the
they're
term
all scared
of double consciousness, but a lot of Black people deal with the term double consciousness, and W.E.B. Du Bois came up with that, how Black people always, our consciousness is always, our Blackness, and how people are perceiving us, and therefore constantly changing our behavior and modifying our behavior to make other people, primarily Caucasians, feel comfortable and not threatened by us. So I'm constantly with the high voice, because I'm from Southern California anyway. So every time I speak, everything sounds like a question. So I have to make sure that I keep the voice that I had in high school, so people don't feel threatened by me. Don't think I'm gonna rob them of their wallets and stuff like that, or whatever. And that's constantly how I present myself. And like I said, constantly a pushover, and I don't mind what I can deal with being a pushover. It's when people are nasty and just totally with the bullshit, with the wrong for no reason and petty and just really just unnecessarily
Yeah.
just mean and
Yep.
just unnecessarily. Like, if I did something wrong, I don't like to let people down. So I'm going to be mortified if my behavior lets someone down. But if I know for sure, 100%, this person just wants to fuck with me, just to fuck with me, now we got a problem. And just for my own, to respect myself and be able to look at myself in the mirror, I have to speak up. And when you are dealing with postpartum depression and the loss of your child, your tolerance for bullshit is very, very, very low. And so your reaction is going to be magnified.
Yeah.
And anyone who's ever seen me go off, period, knows that it's a show. And then put the fact that at that time emotionally I was just like, ugh. So that was like one of the biggest explosive things that had happened, and it was from someone who everyone knew was a dick anyway. So and I have no regrets, because fuck a job. I can get a job, like this, and do and did. But I
That's
have
the
to
thing.
be able to live with myself and look at myself and not sell myself out. You know what I mean?
Your own feelings and your own mental health has got to be number one.
It gotta be number one. You gotta like yourself.
You got to be your own number one. Yeah. Doesn't matter who's around you or what's going on. You have to be your own number one all the time.
Exactly. And in our industry, we got too many, brothers and sisters that, take their own lives and, or die early from all the trauma our body goes through in wrestling. And we don't know what's going on with all these head traumas and concussions and the things that our industry, the injuries that we incur in our industry, how that affects us. You know what I mean? So no, yeah, I have to react in a way that I feel emotionally safe and happy with myself.
Yeah.
That means losing $1 million job. That means losing $1 million job.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this before I dip off the page and leave it up to just you and Joe here to talk, because I'm gonna go into the control room then, and I'm gonna check out what some of the comments people are saying. One thing, I gotta thank Joe for having you here. One thing that crossed my mind is, hey, it's a plus because it is Black History Month, and you are definitely an icon in this business that paved the way for a lot of young talent that's out there currently now. And I'm sure they highly thank you, they praise you, and for what you were saying about it being tough of you being a woman, Black, and being the size that you are. They're just scared because you're a big, beautiful Black woman out there, and like, thank you so much for everything that you have contributed and whatever else you continue to put forth out there in the world of, whether it be pro wrestling or behind the scenes in the entertainment field, of with you being on Glow and whatever your film career takes you to. But I personally want to thank you for coming on. Like I said, I'm about to dip out, and then I'm just gonna leave it between you and Joe here to get to dig in.
Well, speaking of, thank you for having me on. It was nice conversing with you, and yes, thank you, and thank you for all the nice things you just said.
All right, Joe, she's all yours, brother.
Yeah. I don't have any controls though. So what happens when we're done? I don't know how to shut off the show and shit.
So I guess we just log out. But speaking of Black History Month,
I'm sorry. I got all the controls here, Joe.
Okay.
When you're finished up, with Kong, you can definitely say the goodbyes if you want. And
welcome to live production meeting right now.
And I will end I will end the show. And
Excellent.
if Kong wants to start doing our producing for us, like I said, we can give her Pat's job.
Yeah, because y'all a mess. Y'all a mess right now. I gotta get y'all organized.
Hell yeah. All right, Joe. I'm out again. Sorry.
All right, man. All right.
Well, speaking of Black History Month, I got Aja Kong's t-shirt on. Another black sister representing and putting it down in women's wrestling.
Her name is actually in my list of stuff I wanted to ask you. What was it like working with her when you earlier, and then in not TNA, sorry, AEW later? Or actually more recently, yeah.
Absolutely amazing. I have to say that Aja, I call her Erica, but Aja or Aja Sama. Aja is one of the most classiest people and hardworking people you will ever come across. And it's amazing how hard she worked and how much she had to put up with being a hafu, because she's half black and half Japanese, so she had to put up with a lot of racism out there. It's amazing how that didn't affect her attitude and who she is as a person. Because let me tell you, I'm pretty sure you know the story, and everybody watching has heard or know the story of, how I got my name, where, Aja was supposed to be on the show, and then, her and the company had a falling out, but the show was already advertised. So they saw me in LA and brought me out, named me A Kong, and had A Kong on the poster. Then I come out and I'm not Aja Kong, I'm Amazing Kong and whatnot. So I'm pretty sure y'all all know that. But what you didn't know is I had never met Aja. And so it was about almost a year and a half before we ever met or our paths even crossed. And it was at a steakhouse called BM Steakhouse in Tokyo, in Meguro. One of the best steakhouses you will ever come. If you're ever in Tokyo, find one and get the mashed potatoes, because they are the lit. Anyway, so here I am, Amazing Kong. I have essentially stolen and appropriated her name, okay? And she's in the restaurant, and I'm with a friend. Her name is Tsunami, and her real name is Jasmine. I'm with Jasmine, and I'm like, well, what happens? Do we like just start fighting here in the restaurant? I mean, like, what happens? Because her and the company I was with were not on good terms. They were basically adversaries, and I'm like, and I'm a very, very, I'm very loyal. So it's like, well, she got a problem with my company, then we got problems with. Basically was my thinking and attitude. I was ready. I was hemmed up. But anyway, we sit down, and Aja's with her party, and as she leaves, she says hello, and we get up because she's a senpai. If you know, in Japan, there's senpai, kohai. Senpai is basically the veterans. Kohai are like, the people that haven't been wrestling that as long. She comes by, we pay our respects, we say hello, we get up, we bow, whatnot, and turns out she had paid for our meal.
Oh wow!
She and gave Jasmine money to make sure we got a cab home.
That's awesome.
I mean, classy as I don't know what. Now she could have been inside like, man, like, bitch, they're that bitch. But the move she pulled was it was just classy. It was really classy. But that's who she is. She's a very, very, very classy dame.
As are you. So it goes
Yeah,
hand in hand.
I'm not as classy as Aja. I'll sit here and talk about her all day long. When in fact, this show, the t-shirt I'm wearing, she flew me out. She flew my husband out. She put us in a 5-star hotel.
Nice.
Afterwards, she invited us with her sponsor to this spa, which you stayed overnight, and they gave us these bracelets. And with the bracelets, you were able to buy whatever you wanted. You know, you couldn't buy stuff with cash in the spa. You had to pay with the bracelets. And she was like, "Go get whatever you want." And I think Dan and I got about $1,500 worth of souvenir. and by the way, it was a party of, I think it was about 30 of us, 30, 35. So when we checked out the next day, the bill was legit like $18,000.
Holy shit.
Well, you know, because a lot of us in Japan, we would have sponsors a lot that just spoiled us. Basically, they was basically like sugar daddies.
Sugar daddies, that's exactly.
Just sponsors, and they spoiled us. And so I knew the deal that she had a sponsor that had deep pockets, and I was like, Dan, it's okay. You want that sword over there? You get it. You want them nunchucks over there? You get it. We went on a shopping spree on Aja's dime and had a great time, massages and whatnot, and it was all good. And because she's so classy. Now I'm sorry, I'm not as classy. You just don't go when somebody invites you and spend $1,500 damn dollars. I don't care how rich they are. You don't put $1,500.
I'll remember that next time we all do dinner together.
Right, but just so you know, me and Dan, we weren't even. I think we were the two people that spent like almost like the least. There were other people that spent like 3-4 times as but anyway, this is a story I want to tell about Aja because she's so awesome. I love her.
She was on like I said, her name was on my list of people I want to ask you about. So sticking with the Black History Month thing, and I don't want to keep you too long, so you let me know when you got to take off.
You trying to kick me off?
No,
I'm
not
staying
at all.
up all damn night for this interview, Joe.
I am not trying to. I'm saying whenever you're ready, you just say, "Hey, man, see you later." But,
I'm up now. I don't think I'm gonna go to sleep now. Okay, go. What's up?
So, there's a lot of talk among the smart marks of the dirt sheets about Brandy Rhodes, and people don't like her, and she's got a big head and blah blah blah. I need to know, man, what is she like, and how was it like working with her? Yeah. Well, here's the thing. So people think that she's not a great wrestler. She hasn't trained for a long time. But yet she's always on TV. So the consensus around the smart marks are a lot of the dirt sheets is that she wants to get herself on TV all the time. She just has to always be a part of it. That's like the attitude behind it. So I need you to clear the air.
Okay.
I've heard from people in the business that she's a sweetheart, and she's got a good head on her shoulders. But of course, there's a lot of those.
Some folks out, you smart marks. Don't be talking about Brandy Rhodes.
All right, go ahead. Floor is yours.
This is why I love you. No. Let me tell you something about Brandy Rhodes. When AEW began and started, she was juggling so many and spinning so many plates and doing it with class. She did a lot of the work over there, being a liaison between all the boys and what is it, the network, and making sure things were running and making sure the women's division has a due. And she's one of the hardest working training people that I know. She gets it, and she didn't have to get up early and come to the venue to train and try to get better and better and better. And Brandy wasn't always interjecting herself into the show. A lot of times, Tony and Tony the Young Bucks or somebody would come up with the idea for her a segment that she was doing, or X, Y, and Z, or I would submit like an idea that I wanted to do with Brandy and whatnot. She works very hard. Now, whether they like her wrestling style, I can't speak to. People, like different things. But as far as like taking advantage, she never took advantage of her position. She worked day and fucking night, constantly on the phone, constantly emailing, texting, back and forth, and keeping things afloat to make sure things were on it, so that people didn't worry, and were worried that they were on this new ship that was going to sink right away. No, no, no. Don't talk about Brandy Rose. And she's a sweetheart. She won't come for you unless you come for her. Brandy's very nice, and she had to deal with a lot of haters and a lot of shit. Yeah, there were a lot of people hating on Brandy, and she dealt with that with class without even breaking her pearls, honey. So no, don't come for Brandy Rose, because then I gotta come for you. No, seriously, I have a lot of respect for her, because she did a lot of shit she didn't have to do.
There's a lot of among the smart mark community or whatever that she's only there because of who she's married to, and she doesn't deserve to be on TV or in the spotlight or whatever. And I've always heard from people, again, like yourself, that are actually in the business, not just watching on TV and think they know what's going on, that she's actually a sweetheart. She does a lot more than she goes above and beyond, basically.
Yeah. Well, okay. Let's just say she was there because of who her husband was. But okay, let's just say that she didn't rest on her laurels, though. Brandy worked so hard that I'm not going to say any names, but Brandy worked so hard that other people who had higher titles than her didn't have to work so hard.
Right.
Could just, throw out some segment ideas and then put their matches together and then lay back. She made it so other people didn't have to work so hard.
Right.
And she was like the glue. So I don't, people spout shit that they don't know what they're talking about. Now I heard that her and Cody left recently. I don't know, what the circumstances were, if they're, moving on to a new project or if there was drama, but Brandy worked hard. She dealt with a lot of shit talking, and she swallowed it because she felt that was her paying her dues. A lot of us get into business and have to take a lot of shit. Joey, a lot, you take your lumps.
Yep.
And
you
pay your dues and you move on. But it seems like nobody ever wants to just let her. She's been in the business for years. She and I, when I was at FCW, working on coming back, that's when they had first hired her. She was there, and she and I used to take lunch together, and she was working hard. So that was what, 2011?
Something like that, yeah.
So it's 2022. She's been in she's been in the business for 11 years. When are y'all gonna fucking let up? When y'all gonna let? How long she gotta be in the fucking business before y'all stop talking shit about her? God.
I've never met her. I would love to, but there are rumors that there was drama. Then there's rumors that they're going back to WWE. Then there's rumors that only Cody's going to WWE and she's going home to stay home to take care of the new baby. And I don't know. The rumor that I heard most recently, and again, this is just a rumor. I don't usually deal in speculation, but the rumor that I heard was it was a Jerry Lawler situation where they were not going to renew his wife's contract, so he said, "All right, if she's gone, I'm gone," which is what Jerry Lawler and Miss Kitty did a million years ago. They got rid of her. He said, "Okay, I'm gone too," and then they got divorced, and he came back anyway. But that was the latest rumor, is that they weren't going to renew Brandy's contract. So Cody said, "If she's not here, I'm not here." And they let him go, and now supposedly there's big plans for him at WrestleMania. I don't know.
Okay. I don't know either. I don't know what's goings on.
But yeah, I've heard so much shit about her, and I've heard so much good about her. I needed someone that knows her personally and has known her for years to kind of clear the air. And there was a scene. So I watched that. What was the reality show with her and Cody? The Road something or other, whatever the reality show, Road to the Top. That's what it was. The one that did recently. I watched that, and there was a scene where she was pregnant and she was talking to the lawyer or whatever, and she's like, "Okay, so after I have the kid, how soon before I can come back and start training again?" And in my head, I was like, dude, really? Like, take some time at home and take some time off. Like, you just had a kid at that point, and the lawyer was saying the same thing. Like, you got to stay home and relax for a while. But that showed me right there something that you said, that she's not just gonna sit and rest on her laurels or rest on her name or her husband's name. She's
Yeah,
still gonna
because
get out there and get it and do what she's got to do to get to where she wants to be.
none of these smart marks, as you call them, were ever happy with her performances. So she was always working to make them happy. You know what I mean? She was always working to make sure that the fans were happy. And as far as people saying, oh, she's mean and she's a bitch. She was a boss. She was one of, the producers,
Yeah.
had people at that show. And it's like, oh, okay. So you're saying that all these dudes can blow up and yell at people and when things aren't going right and, give direction and whatnot, but she can't, you know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, what's the deal? She has, her background, her resume, she has a deep resume as far as doing business and production and whatnot. She's not a newbie. She's knowledgeable in this stuff. She's more knowledgeable than some other folks that she was sitting at the table with. So my thing, what bothers me is that she's not allowed to say anything, even though she's one of the bosses.
Right.
Anytime she says something, she's a bitch. Why is that? Why is that? But the guys get to say whatever the fuck. They get to cuss out whoever they want, and she says one thing and she's a bitch. That's unfair.
Right. I appreciate your honesty and your getting that out, because
I'm
again,
sorry. Now I'm mad. I'm like, oh no, but you didn't
no,
fuck
no,
up my
I
morning. Now.
appreciate.
You didn't fuck up my morning, Joe.
I appreciate. It's already 1 o'clock here. Uh, yeah, no, I appreciate that that kind of insight into her and her job and all that stuff, which definitely is not. Uh, there's a lot of people that are not around her or in those meetings or even in our business that just kind of come up with their own opinions based on what they see on TV or what other people say. And so it's good to have someone like yourself again who's known her for years to clear the air and say, like, you guys
Yeah.
are fucking idiots.
And she was humble. If she had to broadcast all the things that she used to do, maybe they would have shut the hell up. But
Yeah.
Brandy used to put her finger in a lot of holes in the dam there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And no one ever knew because she didn't go around talking about, yes, and I fixed this and everything. She was a humble chick. She did her job and she kept it rolling.
You guys still keep in touch at all?
Well, I haven't spoken to Brandy in a while, but then again, I haven't spoken to a lot of people because I've been
Yeah.
enjoying my retirement. I just been
That was going to
sitting
be my
home.
next question. How is retirement treating you?
I'm catching up on a lot of the TV shows. Like I said, I didn't go to sleep last night, so I could make sure I didn't sleep through the time here. So I binge watched something on Paramount Plus. What is this, Picard? And I'm watching some Picard.
Yeah,
Star
yeah.
Trek, Picard, and focusing on my acting career with auditions and whatnot. I haven't really spoken to anybody really. Just here with my man and my dog and avoiding COVID. Hello. You know that because when you text me and call, it take me what, like 3 weeks to call you back.
It's okay. Better late than never, as they say. So you guys have avoided COVID the whole time, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Cool.
have
Yeah,
been avoiding COVID the whole time. Where I live, it's very easy because where I live, the complex that I live in, there's like a little convenience store right here. So if I just need something real quick, I could just run over here real quick and then run back into the house. And as far as groceries, you could just get stuff delivered with the cart thingamabobby.
Right.
And plus, Dan. I don't know. That Dan is like a doomsday prepper. So we got 3 freezers here.
Yeah, we talked about this.
And when everybody was fighting each other for toilet paper, we didn't have to worry because we got a year and a half worth of stuff. So Dan be out other than people losing their lives, especially the people, our loved ones and stuff, but all the people that lost their lives, outside of that, the pandemic made Dan as happy as a pig in shit because he prepared for it. It was like the thing I told you, because I used to think he was crazy. I'm like, you crazy?
Yes.
Well, what you need with 10 Tide bottles for? What do you need? What do you need that for? Because he'd get coupons for Tide, he get coupons for ramen, he get coupons for this and this and this, and we got all this shit that in the house, and we're in because we're in LA, we're in like a 2-bedroom condo out here, and we literally have 2 deep freezers and then the regular refrigerator with the freezer, and he's just accumulating stuff. And then when the pandemic hit, he's like, I told you. So he got to be right once in like a bazillion years. Yeah, good for him.
Let me ask you another thing. You talked about Brandy and how tight you were with her and what she.
I was just about to get happy, and now you about to get
Well, no, I need to ask you about I'm sure you've talked about this in other podcasts, and I've probably heard it, but for our viewers and listeners, actually, let me start with this. What did the Gail Kim moment mean to you when they announced the Hall of Fame thing and you announced your retirement for TNA? Or just in general, I guess.
Oh, I just thought it was really touching and sweet. And
did you know what she was going to say before you went out there, or no?
When I got the award?
Yeah.
In Vegas? No. I had no idea what she was going to say, because had I known, then I would have changed my speech, because she said half of my fucking speech. And I was like, wait, but I was supposed to say that. And so when I went out there, I'm like, okay, now I gotta do something on the fly, because Gail didn't said half of the shit I was gonna say. So, which makes sense, because she and I were always like on the same wavelength.
Yeah. But you guys were always intertwined. Even after you showed up at WWE, I don't even know if you remember this, but you and I talked the night you debuted. Because I was at a Hooters like 3 miles from the house. They used to show pay-per-views, and I was watching the Rumble. Or it was the night you showed up in the Rumble, which I think was your first night, right? Or no?
No, the Rumble was my last appearance.
I don't remember. It was there when I think it was when you were
we spoke. I believe we spoke on the night that the promo that the thing dropped. Am I right?
With the doll heads, maybe.
Yes, I think that was it, because I think you didn't have like my phone number, or I don't know. There was something you didn't have, and then I texted my phone number to you, and I made a mistake and actually tweeted it out, and then I started getting phone calls nonstop and panic.
That I don't remember.
Yeah, that happened. I thought I was DMing you my phone number, and it happened. I tweeted it out, and then people were just calling left, right, and center. And I didn't know what the fuck to do, and I'm at the show and freaking out, and I'm like, "What do I do?" So, quick thinking, I forwarded my number to Movie Phone. So,
oh my god, that's amazing!
Anybody that called and got Movie Phone, and I just kept it on that for like. I had somebody, and I needed help erasing it, because I didn't even know how to erase it. I'm touching things on the damn phone. And one of the people at WWE, one of the tech people, erased the tweet for me. And then after a few hours of people getting Movie Phone, they didn't call it anymore.
That I never knew.
Yeah, and it was because of you. You called, and then
but I was going to say we talked when you showed up at the Rumble. I remember where I was sitting. I remember the TV was up here, and and the Rumble was a surprise, right? You weren't announced.
No, it was a big surprise. Dan didn't even know.
Oh wow, yeah. See, that I didn't know either. That's
Dan had no idea. He thought I was going to St. Louis to talk about coming back. And I told my trainer, because he went and watched it at my physical trainer's house. Yeah. And I told my trainer, when this happens in the ring, I want you to take your phone out and film Dan. And he didn't understand. I was like, just trust me. Just trust me. When this happens in the ring, take your phone out and just film Dan just for like a couple of minutes, and he did, and Dan's face was like.
Is this video still online somewhere? I need to see this.
It's on old phones. It's on phones we don't have. Maybe it's in the cloud. I have to look and see if it's on the phone.
That's fucking funny. That's funny, man. So when you showed up at the Rumble, I know we talked because I had texted you during it, and I was like, "You're in the fucking ring right now. This is amazing." I had no idea, blah blah blah, and you actually responded like 10 minutes after you were out of the Rumble. You were already back. You know, you would have gone backstage. 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later, you responded, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is amazing!" Like, I'm important enough that she's probably even out of her gear yet. She picked up the phone and seen my name and said, "Oh, thank you
I
for the
was
support,"
not
whatever you
out
said,
of
blah,
my
blah, blah.
gear yet. No,
Yeah,
I was not out of my gear yet.
I don't remember what you said. Thank you for the support or some shit, something like that, whatever. But I thought it was so cool that you actually took the time to say thank you or whatever after, like I said, you had been out of the ring for like 10 minutes, and I'm like, man, that's pretty cool, man. Like, this is the goddamn Rumble. It was.
I'm always surprised that you and I are friends.
It's not. I'm not surprised about that, but the surprise about like you just did this big ass pay-per-view as a surprise to the.
Well,
You know, it was a surprise. And
if my friend
I
texted
know
me,
that, but I'm like, I know, but if that's me, I'm like, oh, let me get my goddamn my gear off first.
okay.
Let me get back into my clothes and then sit down and take 5 minutes, and then I will get back.
Smart marks. This is Awesome Kong. All you smart marks that visit
God.
Joey's show, y'all need to pump
Uh-oh.
up his ego a little bit, because I mean,
No.
gosh, I mean, come on, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna text you back. You my homie. What are you talking about?
But it ain't like that. It's just like I said. I want to get out of my man. I don't come home like I come home from my day job now, and I don't want to talk to nobody until I'm out of my work clothes and I'm sitting there relaxed.
Dude, we've had
Same
slumber
thing.
parties. You've slept in the living room of one of my the
hotel in Rahway, yeah.
Was it Newark or something like that?
Rahway. That was the weekend that you yelled at me because I didn't want to wear my neck brace. After I broke my neck and I didn't want to wear my neck brace, and you were like, "You're wearing that fucking thing." I'm like, I don't want to wear it.
After that accident, dude.
Yeah, because I had broke my neck, and then I didn't. So that was a Friday and a Saturday. Oh, no, it was a Saturday, but I was there Friday because I was friends with the promoter. Blah blah blah. So I went there Friday to hang out, and I wasn't wearing it because you weren't around. And then when I saw you Saturday, you're like, "You're wearing that fucking thing, your fucking neck." I'm like, "No, it's okay. I don't want to wear." And then Amber O'Neil I saw said the same thing. "Oh, good thing you're wearing your neck brace. I saw the pictures from yesterday. You weren't wearing it." I'm like, Jesus Christ, man! Like, I'm the only one that doesn't really care about it.
Well, one, you were injured pretty bad.
Well, yeah,
and
I broke it.
Right. Was that in the ring? Where was that? You broke it in the ring?
Yes, but it was basically just wear and tear. It wasn't like I did one move that screwed it up. It was basically wear and tear over a few months, and then something went wrong in the last match I had before I hurt it, and then that's when it happened. I still don't really know what happened or what caused it. Just that, according to my doctor, it was wear and tear over the last couple of years.
Did you sue anybody?
No.
Oh, all right. Because that would have been the other reason why I would have told you to wear your neck brace.
Oh, yeah.
You know there's some detective following your ass. Put your neck brace on. You better live the gimmick. You better work the gimmick, bro.
That's pretty funny. No, you just told me to wear it at the whole. You're not. I think I remember you saying you're not leaving this hotel without putting that thing on. I'm like, okay.
Because you had to heal correctly. You got to heal right.
Yeah. That's funny. I forgot about that hotel until you brought that up.
It was fun. I every time I went to that town, I would ask for that specific room because it was fun. It had the living room and then it had the vaulted ceilings, and it was nice and modern. I liked it. It was fun. And then I have slumber parties with my pal Joey.
I remember. I'm not going to mention names, but there was somebody that had called you while we were sitting there talking, hanging out, and somebody called and said offered you to come back to a company you worked for previously that night. And I was like, "Whoa, that's kind of wild, man! Like that dude just called while we were here, while I'm here. That's kind of cool."
Did that happen?
Yeah, it was cool. And then then we all went to that bar afterwards, and I had to wear my brace the whole night.
All right, and then you went and you fell asleep with the air conditioner on, and I had to throw a blanket over you like a little baby. I had to take you in like a little baby.
Oh my god.
Because I got up in the middle of the night and you were in there freezing.
Yeah, on that little couch in that living room, that separate
You
room.
were in there freezing. Shit, oh boy, you too scared to ask for a damn blanket or nothing.
I probably fell asleep. I probably fell asleep fine without one, and then
I don't think you did.
and then I was shivering
firmly
while I was.
believe that you were uncomfortable and because you were shivering, and I think you were just too afraid to ask for a damn blanket. And I had to go and throw a blanket on your cold, shivering ass before you got hypothermia and then your organs shut down. And I could wake up to a damn dead man in my damn room. Hell no.
I'd like to see the headlines after that happens. My God.
Oh wait, when you plug this, you gotta put something like here Joey and Kong's hot night or whatever.
In the hotel in Rahway.
Clickbait, total clickbait. I totally have to produce your show. You gotta get some clickbait on there. Yes, yeah,
Oh
you gotta
my
make it salacious. You gotta make it sound salacious.
I just got a text message from my wife who absolutely loves you. Who said,
Love it back, Ange.
She said, "I'm dying laughing here listening to how she had to tuck you in, drunk Joey."
Girl, I had to tuck your man in. He was cold and shivering.
I don't remember the shivering part.
You were shivering.
I was asleep, so what do I know?
It was cold. It was so cold in that damn room. I'm surprised I didn't see any damn flakes.
Oh, you know what? There was. Wait a minute. That bar was right around the corner from that hotel, but we walked there in a blizzard because there was snow on the ground. That was January. I remember that part now. While we were.
Was it?
Yeah, we walked because I remember having a hard time. I remember having a hard time getting out of the parking spot to get to the venue in the first place because my tires were
the
spinning.
air conditioner be on?
I don't remember. No, I don't think it was. I think there was a window open or something. But I remember it was January and there was snow all over the place.
Oh well,
I didn't remember that until a minute ago. But I think there was I think the window was open or something like that. But let me kind of. I don't want to wrap up yet, but I got to ask you something. Oh my God. Our boss Chio says next week I have to wear the neck brace just as a throwback.
Throwback.
I have it somewhere around here. I don't know where the hell it is. I got to ask you something that I've never heard you talk about before in other interviews.
Wow.
What was it like doing the taping for the Katy Perry video?
It's funny. I was just talking about that last night for some reason. I was helping one of my best friends pack up her apartment, and that came up for some reason. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. It was crazy because there were a lot of people, a lot of popular people there, people that were kind of trending at that moment or whatever. Backpack Kid was there. Some of the kids from Stranger Things were there. And then you had us and, of course, Katie herself. It was so much fun, especially because the production treated us as if we were like some kind of superstars with the nicest trailers. I mean, I was like, I think I just might take one of these and live in it because this is gorgeous. And it was just a lot of fun. No attitudes, no egos, no one being funky or big time in people. Miss Perry was really sweet herself. It was a lot of fun. It was just people just hamming it up and enjoying themselves and dancing the day away.
You got to meet her and hang out with her a little bit?
Yeah.
That's cool. Did she know who you were?
It's cool. I have no idea. I don't think it. I mean, I know she liked the show. I know she asked.
That's what I mean. Like she recognized you knew who you were from Glow.
Yeah. She asked for us to be in the video because she loved the show.
That's cool.
So
that's really cool.
That was nice. I wanted to meet her dog because at that time she had a commercial out with her little dog Nugget, and I was like, "Where's Nugget?"
That's amazing.
Today or whatever. But yeah, she was a delight. Absolutely, really down to earth, fun. fun, hardworking woman. I like her.
That's cool. That's cool. So next time we're out there, we're gonna have dinner with her together. Okay.
For sure,
Yeah, right.
She could have been one of those people that after between each take ran to her dressing room and not
Right.
socialized. She was
Yeah.
not. She
That's
made
why I
sure
asked
she
if
came
you
out
got to
and
meet her. She was cool and everything. Yeah, that's cool.
she socialized with people, made sure she came out and it was in the mix, and they had a lot of extras there. They had a lot of background folks, that were in the stands, and she came out and greeted them as well. She was very lovely to her guests. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Super to hear she's very down to earth. She's not. I'm not like a fan of her music or anything like that. But somebody had mentioned me a few months ago that the whole roster, I guess, cast of Glow was in that video and sent me a link, and I'm like, whoa, that's cool. I had never seen that before. I didn't know anything about it. And I saw that and wrote it down like shit. I'm gonna ask you. This is before I'd even asked you to do this show, and I said to myself, I gotta ask her, and I gotta write that down and remember to ask you about that too, because that's really cool to see. I like seeing people in the wrestling business doing outside of wrestling stuff, because so many times there's like that misconception that this is all we know how to do, and big dumb wrestler
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like
I
it's
pop
cool
for
seeing
stuff when I
people,
see people in commercials and stuff.
yeah,
And I'm
doing other stuff.
like,
Right.
yeah.
So we're kind of getting down to the end of our time here. I think we're
Well,
over on
someone
time
asked
actually.
where can they buy merch. You can
Yeah,
get merch on 1 hour tees.
ProWrestlingTees.com.
Yeah, we sure can. And there's going to be a little action figure coming out soon,
Oh,
and
that's
I believe
cool.
that's going to be on Pro Wrestling Tees. And I have um what's called a button, what do we call it, button, a pin that's out,
Yeah.
and it's
Very
real
cool.
cool.
I like that. Who's is it? Are they making the action figure themselves? I know they're making like little, they're called micro brawlers, or little tiny action figures they're doing now
Yes,
too.
I'm getting a micro brawler.
Oh, that's cool. All right, so that I'm gonna have to
Which
buy
is,
some
which is
soon
like,
too.
it's about time that I have something, because it's like every time I'm about to get an action figure, I cuss out somebody and leave the company, and then they're like,
I have a trading card I need you to sign, by the way, next time I see you.
okay.
I forgot. I actually had it the last time I saw you when we were out in California, and I forgot to bring it with us. Um. So yeah. So next time I see you, I need to steal your John Hancock on that.
Okie dokie. Always.
So are you before we wrap up here, I just want you to let everyone
Bookings and
listening and watching, yeah,
appearances.
where can we see you, where can we talk to you, hear you, get in touch, whatever.
Um,
Your social media plug, whatever, anything you want to plug. I don't care if it takes you another hour. Go ahead and do your
well,
thing.
Brian Wittenstein does all my bookings, and I believe he's at bwittenstein@gmail.com. However, I'm not taking any bookings as far as wrestling, because I am retired. But appearances are another thing. So you hit up bwittenstein@gmail.com, and he'll help you out on that.
Do you miss being in the ring now that you're retired? I know I do, and I've been retired a lot longer than you have.
No. I appreciate my time that was, and I cherish it, and it's time to move on to other stuff. I'll always, I think every wrestler will always have an itch here and there to like do something in the ring.
Yeah.
But no, I feel pretty fulfilled as far as what I accomplished in wrestling.
I got one random question just came to mind right now. The rumor is that Stone Cold Steve Austin is working a match at WrestleMania.
Ooh.
The other rumor is that he's getting paid $15 million. How many million will it take Awesome Kong to work a match at WrestleMania? That's the rumor. And I'm in my head. Jesus Christ!
Oh my God!
In my
Why
head,
did you say that when I was drinking something?
in my head, I'm thinking like I remember getting paid $10 for a
Oh
match.
my God!
That guy's getting 150 million times that or whatever it is.
Right on, shit, man.
Yeah, good for him, right? So
Yes, hell yeah.
so how many How many millions will it take an Awesome Kong or a Kharma to get into a WWE ring for a WrestleMania match?
You could drop the S, bro. Shit.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
You could go ahead and drop the S on that. Well, you talking about millions? I'll take a million. I'll put my toe in the ring for $1 million.
Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, that's the latest rumor I heard as of yesterday is that they offered him 15 million. Because it's been like 18 years or something like that, or 17 years since he worked. So he doesn't. He talks about his podcast all the time. He doesn't think he can. He doesn't think his neck is it's still bad. He still can't. He still has like limited mobility and stuff. But I mean, I guess for that kind of money, I mean, I would get back. I'd get back in there for $15. I mean, I don't even need the million.
Wait, he's divorced, right?
No, he's remarried. Well, yes and no. He's divorced like 3 times, but he's remarried now.
Oh, they got remarried.
He's been with his current wife for like 12 years now or 15 years.
Oh,
Like
they
this is a
still
new one,
together?
not in this. Yeah, this is a new one that's not in wrestling.
Are they happy? They happy? I got a phone number around there somewhere.
Hey, get him on this show. We can do it live.
$15 million.
Yeah, we can have you and Steve Austin on this show
Right?
live.
$15 million. Well, of course, he would have to give her half, but that still leaves $7.5 million.
Yeah, that's still 7.5, right?
Oh, but the taxes, they're gonna take a little chunk, but that still leaves
Hey, maybe
$4 million.
Maybe it's more than that, and he only told his wife 15 million. Maybe it's like 20 or 25.
That'd be the move right there.
Oh man, that's funny shit. So
Lord.
where did you go? Oh my God, where did you go?
I done dropped the phone, Lordy. Okay, there we go.
So all right, so just to wrap up here, where can fans kind of find you on social media, follow you, anything like that?
Twitter is Mean Queen K. Instagram is Spinning Fists.
I remember you kayfabed that for a little while.
I did.
Yeah, and then I figured it out. I'm like, wait, isn't this you? And you were like, oh, you figured that out or something like that. I forget what the deal was. Until it got verified, I think I wasn't sure myself. And then I sent you like a screenshot of it, and you were like, yeah, that's me.
Oh no, it was something different that you figured out, but we won't say about it here. It was something different that you figured out. I believe. Yeah.
Then I don't know what the hell it is. Then
Yeah,
I thought it was that
different.
because it wasn't under the same username as your Twitter, the Instagram. So I thought maybe it's not her. Maybe it's a fake.
No, it was something different that you figured out. I'll tell you after.
Oh yeah, okay.
There, but you totally figured it out, and I laughed. It was funny because I was like, nobody figured that out.
I don't know what it was then. I don't even realize I figured it out then because I don't know what you're talking about.
And then Facebook is just I have 2 Facebooks actually. Incidentally, and one is like Kia Stevens, the other one is Awesome Kong, I believe. I don't know, but there's a couple of fake ones out there, so you guys got to be careful, especially because the ones that are fake, they actually do their Facebook better than mine. They run their Facebook better than mine. I'm like, dang, that's some pretty good pictures. I don't even think I have those pictures anymore. So be careful, make sure it's the correct one.
Yeah. All right, so I'm very, very appreciative of you being here today with us, with me. I appreciate the last I don't know however many years since we met. 08, I guess you said, so 13, 15, whatever the hell it is.
Right. Yeah.
Something like that. I always appreciate your friendship. I love you. I love Dan. I love Dan a lot. Dan's a great kiss. I mean, he's a good guy.
Too. We love Angela. We love you guys so much. And your new little doggy.
Yeah, he's okay. He's a pain, but he's getting there. I don't know. He had me up at God, what, 2:00 this morning, I think it was. And
I wish you would send me the I don't think y'all using that gift I sent y'all because I wish.
No, we use it. Oh yeah, we use it. I can show you. Oh yeah.
The code so I can send him some treats sometime.
I got the app right there. You can see the app right down here. I use it all the time.
I sent him a Furbo, y'all, for Christmas because he had a new dog. I sent him a Furbo.
Yeah,
and
the dog and the wife got
some treats. I want to touch the button and send your doggy some treats. So
the dog and the wife got gifts, and I got nothing. But that's okay.
Yep, I didn't send you nothing. I gave the dog and the wife stuff.
The dog appreciates it though. Yeah, no, we use that thing all the time. I use it a lot when I'm at work because it sends notifications when it hears noise and it says your dog's barking. Like click here to view the camera. So sometimes I'll just hop on and go, buddy, it's okay, and then he'll quiet down. But
Okay, good. Good.
and then there's other times where I'm in there watching TV and I laugh and the thing pops up saying your dog is barking. I'm like, no, it's me. It does that a lot. Also, if I sing, sometimes I sing to him because I don't know. I try to be wacky and make him laugh. So sometimes I sing to the dog, and it does the same thing. It's your dog is barking, and I'm like, Jesus,
I think you need to check your
is
settings
my
because
voice
mine
that
doesn't do
bad?
that.
It's no,
Mine
it's
doesn't do
it's
that.
it's very sensitive. I have the most sensitivity because his crate is against the back wall in the room, and the thing is on the other side of the room, so the camera gets the whole room. So
Ah,
so I have the sensitivity up so it can hear him if he's whimpering or something like that. So yeah, so it thinks well that and the fact that I have a horrendous singing voice because when I
oh,
sing it thinks it's him barking, which is
okay.
hilarious.
Well,
They sound nothing alike to me. To my
is it
ear,
your living room? It's in your living room?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So
All right.
to my ear, I mean, I sing as beautifully as like a Katy Perry, but to the Furbo, it's like what the fuck is that shit? And it thinks
That's
it's him
not
barking.
horrible.
Yeah.
Well, if you ever decide to make it point at a different space, because
Oh
I don't want to jump on there one day and you and Angela doing something freaky in the living room.
no,
Um,
we can't do that in the living room because her father's living room is right below us.
uh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, then
Well,
send the code so
I
I can send your doggy some pictures.
yeah, no, I could tell you like 99.9% of the time you'll see her sleeping on the little couch and me either getting bitten up by the dog on the big couch or me passed out on the big couch with the dog laying next to me. But anyway, thank you so much for joining us. Again, I love you. I love Dan. My wife loves you both.
I
I
love you too.
I
And
can't
if
wait to see you guys again. You guys got to come back out here, or we got to come out there at some point again and
we
do
do.
dinner or whatever.
And let me
Um,
know anytime if you want me to produce a few of these your shows, because y'all is a mess. Y'all need some structure. This last hour, it didn't turn into a personal call between you and I, and people just
yeah,
got
but those are the
call between you and me.
best podcasts though. The ones that aren't. Those are the best podcasts, at least the one that I like, because I listen to podcasts every day. The ones that are like just a conversation that are not like so strict and structured. Like
You
I'm gonna
think
ask,
so?
you know what I mean? Oh
Well,
yeah.
hopefully our
Because
conversation was interesting.
this is just a personal conversation between friends. That's kind of what I like, what I was going for. Instead of like, first I'm gonna ask you this, and then I'm gonna ask you this, and then I'm gonna ask you that. It's like, no, man, just call it in the ring. You know what I'm saying? That's that's the way that's the way I think most podcasts should be at least. But
Yeah, well, I'll consider that. Whenever I'm a guest producer on your show, I'll consider your input.
yeah.
All right, love. I'm gonna go make me some breakfast. It's 10:30 here now.
Yeah, it's 1:30 here, so email me whatever you're making. Eggs, throw me some eggs or something like that.
I shall do that, or I'll send you a DoorDash with a donut and some coffee. Since
Yes, well,
since you call me classy, I'll try to be classy.
you are the absolute furthest from the welfare queen as I have ever met. I love you, my friend, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you
I
again so
love
much
you
for doing this.
too. Have a good one.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, folks, Chio's coming back. I hope. There he is.
Hey, here you go.
Okay, man. So that was awesome. I mean, I can't.
Dude,
It's so weird to say awesome, but you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
you have no choice but to say that.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, that was phenomenal. That
Yeah,
was
dude.
great.
The
It wasn't
chat
just
room.
awesome. It was, dude, you knocked it out the park
Thank you, sir.
by having her as a legit friend and just you being real like that, just that conversation, just the way you put it out there and said, hey, it's when you have someone on and when you can just like bullshit back and forth,
Right.
and catch up, and people like that. They like to hear the real thing, because when we go and ask the same questions that other podcasts or interviews ask, it becomes repetitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like, okay, I just heard this on the other guys.
That's why I
show.
asked her about the Katy Perry thing, because I never heard her talk about that on any other shows, and it was brought to my attention a couple of weeks ago, and I thought, oh shit, I'm going to ask her about that, because I've heard her on a bunch of podcasts and never even heard that mentioned. I didn't know about it, so that's why I was like, I don't think you've ever talked about this before. So yeah, that was a blast, and she's awesome, and I love that girl. Again, I've known her since like '08. I thought it was earlier than that, but she says '08. Um,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
what is that? 10 years or something, 14 years, something like that. Her and my wife are absolutely in love with each other. My wife loves her. She loves my wife. I love her husband Dan, who thankfully appeared on camera for a couple
Yeah, he
minutes.
seemed pretty cool.
I love that guy. That guy is such a cool guy. If you have dog issues or whatever, talk to him. He's a dog trainer.
Yeah.
He is a dog lover, animal lover. He does great dog training. I don't know the name of his business, but I'm gonna plug him here.
Yes, do it.
Look him up on Facebook or Twitter.
Once you get more info,
Yeah,
let's put it out there.
yeah,
Then
I love that guy. That guy's
as
like I
part
said.
of our announcements.
I said this in the interview with her, but when I first met him in person, so I hadn't met him until we went to dinner together. My wife and I were in Tampa when they used to live in Tampa, and she was with TNA, and we went to dinner together. And it was the first time I had met Dan in person, and afterwards him and I just bonded, man. Like we were like two brothers that got separated at birth and then came back together years later. He was just a good dude.
And
That's what I love. That guy's a solid
great.
dude.
It's great when you have moments like that where you come across and you're like, damn, we should have met like years ago. Like
Exactly.
It's like, where the hell you been all my life? It's
Yeah.
like, Joe, it's like you fell in love.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, so he was a good dude. You can see those pictures in my Facebook if any of you guys are interested in seeing that. And yeah, so that was fun. Thank you again, Kong, for coming on. I appreciate it, and hopefully we'll have her back again.
Maybe she'll be our new guest booker. Start booking for us.
I'm okay with that.
And then
she's got a lot more contacts than I do.
And then if we talk to the rest of the guys in Devereaux Sports, maybe you should take over Pat's job and kick him to the curb, and then maybe we'll get some catering. Then maybe
we can get DoorDash sent to our house live.
Yes, that'd be awesome. Yo,
all right.
For a little bit there, I felt bad. She was holding her phone in her hand.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, we gotta send her a tripod.
She said she has one, but it didn't. She said she has a tripod, but it didn't look like she was using one. Right? It looked like she was holding it the whole time.
No. Like that's the funny one I used over at the other shows when you were with me, the stand-up one.
Yeah,
I think that one would be good instead of like instead of one of those small table
tiny
ones.
Yeah.
I think that would be good because she can just place that any height.
Wherever,
yeah. I think we should.
I've got actually like two of them right behind me somewhere that I haven't used in months.
And there you go. You know what you do? You need to ship it out to her so that she.
I have to get an address first.
We you know what we definitely have to do is get some of our merchandise in house so we can start sending out to our guests. Whatever. If it's a PO box or whatever, because I'm sure a lot of guests don't want to give out their legit addresses for stalker reasons. Yeah, for stalker reasons. So Pat, no, you ain't getting no addresses.
Oh, actually, you know what? I have her address because we sent her an invite to our wedding.
Okay.
They weren't able to make it, but because they were in California at the time, which they are. But I have it somewhere. Maybe. But
nowadays you can do virtual wedding.
Maybe we'll send her a gift. Well, we could have done that then, but I didn't want to do it.
Oh, she was this whole thing. She was a sweetheart.
Yeah, I love that girl. She's awesome.
Like
no pun intended.
Like I said during the show, when she started touching upon the whole personal issues that happen behind the scenes and stuff,
right,
dude, brother, I literally started to get choked up. My anxiety started to kick in just to think about what I go through. I know what other people go through, and people just let it fly off the handle where it's like, okay, it's not that bad. You'll get over it. You need to do this. People have all these ideas how to make you feel better, but yet at the same time, but they're not going through or have the same issues or or they might be going through similar things, but it's you in general. You know what you're going through, and you know what you need to do somewhat. And sometimes people just need to step back and stop judging us and telling us what we need, and just step back and just support us.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
But,
by the way, somebody the chat room was on fire during that. My phone, my text messages were going off. 3 or 4 people kept texting me over and over.
yeah,
Somebody asked me, I don't remember if it was in the chat room or in a text message, what was the Katy Perry music video she was in. So the song was called Swish Swish. Like the video is like basketball related. So during one camera shot, there's a shot of the whole roster from the women's wrestling roster of the show Glow from Netflix. So whoever asked me about it, I forget who it was. That's the scene you'll find her in. Again, it's Katy Perry's music video for the song Swish Swish.
it was a little bit hard for me to put some stuff up in the chat room, because when yous are talking about one topic or issue, people are chiming in questions about a different topic.
Yeah, I
like
didn't
if you're talking about WWE, you got people asking questions about TNA. If you're talking about something else, people are chiming. And like if they would like follow along with what we're talking about and ask questions about what we're talking about.
Yeah,
then
I didn't get a chance to even get to half of the stuff that I wrote down on my own list I wanted to ask her about, and I didn't get a chance to get to the stuff from the chat room.
Yeah. So, but yo, this was a hell of a long show.
Yes.
What I might do.
Sorry, folks.
Is,
Split this up.
What I might do, even though this is on the Body Slams, the Breakfast and Body Slam show, I might take just from when she came on and to the end of it, and add it as a Thursday Night Slam special, like just an add-on pre-recorded, because it's because we didn't have one this week, and I know we ain't got one next week. I know we ain't got one, so I might just add this as a.
Your audio's cutting out a lot, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. Better?
It sounds like a little bit robotic at times, and then it cuts out.
Okay.
It's okay. We're getting out of here anyway, but it's it's only been the last few seconds that happened.
Okay. Well, let's end this thing then, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we want to thank Awesome Kong for coming on and joining us. Thank you to Joey Image for hooking us up with that. Thanks to T that was here, and Mikey as well. Big shout out to Dennis. He couldn't be here with us today. Shout out to everyone at Devereaux Sports and the crew. Follow us, BodySlamsPodcast.com. You can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button, find out when we are live as well. If you like any of our merchandise, go on there and check out our pod shop. You won't be disappointed. Everything is, all designs are created in-house, but we have a third party who makes it and ships it out to you. So when you buy it, it'll be shipped directly to your location, and all proceeds will go to keeping this show alive. So we want to thank everyone for tuning in. I'm Chio. That's on the other side. That's Joey. And you're watching the Body Slams podcast. Thank you, and I hope to see you next week as me and Joseph. And wait, matter of fact, next week is our 1-year anniversary show for Breakfast and Body Slams.
We will be live together.
We will be live in Ridgefield Park. I don't want to make any quite announcements right now, so I'll probably do it maybe midway through the week if we decide to do some other activities regarding our anniversary show. Who knows? We might do a 2-part series, us in one location and some of the crew in another location at another time. So, but just stay tuned. And Joey's the king of queens, as he's pointing to.
I don't know.
And we look forward to seeing everybody next week for our 1-year anniversary show, which we will be reviewing Pro Wrestling Magic, as well as a preview of Invictus Pro Wrestling as well. Coming live from Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. Like I said, I'm Chio. He's Joey. You're watching the Body Slams podcast, Breakfast and Body Slams, and we are out of here. Peace.
This is how it's gonna be. This is what you think of me. It's going down like I told you. This is how it's gonna be. I'll be the last man standing here. I'm not going anywhere. It's going down like I told you. I'll be the last man standing here. I'm gonna rock you. I'm gonna rock you. I'm gonna rock you. I'll have you begging for mercy, begging for mercy.